This is our 22nd workshop. We've provided over 2 years, 22 workshops, and it's been phenomenal. And when this all started, the Strengthening Muskegon grant, okay, I do this little spiel, so some of you should be able to help me out. You've been to enough of these workshops to know what I'm going to say. So first of all, who can tell me where our grant came from? Okay, it was called the Strengthening Communities Fund. It's from Health and Human Services. I know that's a lot to remember, and it's your stimulus dollars at work. Muskegon County was one of 4 grantees in the state of Michigan to receive the grant. The County of Muskegon, Department of Employment and Training, Judy Kell, any of that ringing a bell? Okay, Judy Kell is the grants coordinator for the County of Muskegon. She wrote the grant, received the grant, and she subcontracted with Muskegon Community Health Project, moi, to manage the grant. So it's been a great learning experience for me. When I first went to DC with Judy, I thought, whatever they throw at me, I can do this, no problem. I had no idea what I was getting into. I heard technical assistance. What do you think of when you hear technical assistance? Come on. Computers. That's what I thought. I thought, oh, I'm going to be setting up computers. You know, I can do that. I've done that before for the state. I can set up computers. It has nothing to do with computers. Well, yeah, maybe a little sometimes. But technical assistance is the powers that be decided to call that training. So that's what it is. It's been a training grant. And in addition, we had 18 organizations that were awarded one-on-one technical assistance. And some of those organizations are here with us today. And they had to be grassroots organizations under $500,000. They had some criteria they had to meet. So I went out to all of those organizations that applied for the one-on-one TA, did a pre-assessment, took that pre-assessment before my advisory committee, and Chris Burnaugh, she's here today, she's the chair of our advisory committee. Chris is from the Community Coordinating Council, and she chairs our advisory committee, and they all voted on who would get the technical assistance. And some of you just had hours and hours of technical assistance. It was great. I have to say this grant also provided me with some technical assistance. I had professional development. I was able to get my instructor certification and my program development certification under this grant, which has really been an asset to me, and I hope to you, because I've done some classes and I plan to continue to do some training. I was taught under the ADDIE model over at Macomb Community College. I had to go to Detroit for a couple weeks. And the ADDIE model is analysis, design, develop, implement or instruct, and then evaluate. So I had to follow up with all of you for evaluations. That's a requirement of this grant. I want to tell you a little bit about each of our presenters. I'll let them introduce themselves when they get up, but Mark Fisher started off this 2 years ago, and he talked about organizational development. He's written a book. He was referred to us by the Power of We in Lansing, and he's done a wonderful job. You'll see his picture back on our Strengthening Muskegon poster. So Mark is one of our facilitators. Thank you, Mark. And then there's Tom Dana, who has done the website development. And he's done it for Muskegon Mentoring Coalition, and Tom has a lot of great information for you. He's also done it for Holton Community Center and is working on Blue Lake Township with Kevin Woods. Mark Doyle. Mark Doyle is from Glow Communications, and Mark has taught things on community engagement. He's done a few workshops, and we'll be back to teach one-on-one Facebook training later. Mark is great with marketing, branding, communications, so when you get to their tables, make sure you talk to them. I hope you brought some questions. Brickley DeLong in the back. I have Ed and Brenda from Brickley DeLong, and they have done a great job. They've taught budgeting. We've had a QuickBooks class over there. If you have questions like about document retention and those types of things, they're the people to ask. And let's see, who am I forgetting? Karen Woods, Cornerstone Resources. Kevin's not here. Kevin has also done a wonderful job. I think he'll show up. He's probably having trouble with parking, but he will be here. Kevin Woods, Woods Consulting. He is our township guru, and he worked with both Eggleston and Dalton Township and did a lot of capacity building with them. They've been very pleased. Brickley DeLong worked with Laketon Township to help them do some internal controls and internal audit. And we just had phenomenal, phenomenal trainers. Love them all. But I have to say, Karen Woods, Karen, come up here. Come here. How many of you have gotten to know Karen over this grant? She shows up at just about every one of these workshops. She's there. Karen and her partner, Terry Rudisell. Terry was here and did a couple of workshops with Karen. They did volunteer management.
And fund development.
And fund development. And you have a little bit about everything. And these people have a true passion for community. Has anybody ever heard Karen say, we're just a couple of kept women and all we have to do is cover expenses? Any of you ever heard that? Because I've heard her say that, and I don't know if that's true because she doesn't act like a kept woman. I've never seen her eating bonbons or, but I can tell you she works for peanuts and just to cover expenses, and she goes above and beyond, and she's a valuable resource to this community, and she's here to stay, and she's here to answer your questions and all those tough things. And when you get all those emails from her, be glad you have them because she's here as a resource. And, I can't give her money, but I can give her thanks. And, yeah, you are welcome. Oh, she has become my mentor, my friend. She has taught me so much, and I just adore this lady. And I'm so appreciative to you.
Thank you. Glad to do it.